after peak, where we're going?
University.
University?
Hopefully. Yeah.
Hopefully. All right. Have you put much thought on what you're going to study?
Yeah. Hours of thoughts. Yeah.
Busi, what is your thinking?
So history is one of my favorite subjects, and I think I'd love to go into archaeology later on.
Yes. So have you gone and found out what are the subjects needed in order to kind of fit into that stream?
Yeah, it's a little vague when it comes to certain things because all these things like geography, environmental management, and chemistry for like preservations and different locations and stuff. So I'm still trying to gauge what kind of subjects I'm really wanting to focus on for when I go to the senior campus.
Yeah.
So I can have more of an advantage.
And you've got a bit of time, right? It's not like it's happening tomorrow. So it's a great way. What else? Who else is wanting to do
I was
something?
wanting to ask you, do peak students have an advantage when applying to universities?
Doing Cambridge?
Yes.
I think that is a fantastic question. What do you guys think?
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think so? You think so? Here in South Africa, it doesn't matter. Everybody went quiet.
Very shocked.
Okay. However,
Shocked.
so that's on a very official level that Cambridge points are points that they allocate to people, right? Did that shock you?
No.
So basically what Cambridge does, so the curriculum that we teach allows us to teach you, putting our method of things that we do, our tools, all of that, to assist you to fit into a university situation easier. All right, does that make sense? So, for example, and I love using this as an example, on your first day at university, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to have textbooks. So what do? Putting this into focus, that the lecturer, the teacher walks into the classroom, opens their textbook with the notes and everything, and teaches 45 minutes to 2 hours, tells you what to do and walks out. So how are you going to go about getting the same textbook that they've got? Any ideas?
No clue.
No clue. Okay, so we got some time to teach you these tools, right? So what I love is most peak students, they will come back when they come to visit and they say, Mark, like some of the kids were sitting there for 3 weeks without books. But we figured out that we could go and get secondhand books or go and we took, use the buzzword, ownership of this situation. Okay, does that make sense? So we're teaching you how to get ready for the university world. All right. So that's one side. The other side, to answer your question, is when you get to that application, that enrollment process, they have to look at apples for apples. All right. However, everybody knows the quality that Cambridge brings to the table. All right. So they will know that your thinking, your reasoning, your problem-solving skills are so much greater. Okay. Which automatically gives you a little bit of a, right? Okay. But as far as the points are concerned, 60% equals whatever points they are. Does that answer your question? Yes. So you still got to work hard. That's the bottom line. But it tells you how to think and how to process, which is sometimes the part that we forget. You know, when does an exam start?
The day you open your textbook.
No. I mean the actual exam.
Oh.
Be there 30 minutes before. That's what I've learned.
So basically, the minute you walk inside that room to start writing the exam, okay, they want to see if you can actually understand the instructions. So what are some of the instructions?
Don't talk.
Stop talking. Yes.
I struggled.
Okay, that's great advice. Number
there
2
on
would
time.
be is to do what? Once you've got your paper in front of you.
PA number.
So you write your candidate number, great. Then when the invigilator says start, what must you do?
Apply your knowledge.
To what? The paper?
Yeah.
The questions.
Do you, is that like peanut butter on a piece of bread?
No.
That's applying your knowledge. No. So what does that mean?
Well, the skills that you've been taught in classes or have worked out how to use, you've got to use those tools in the scenarios or the questions that the paper gives you.
Okay. So what she's trying to say is read the questions, right? Okay. So you're getting understanding. Does that make sense?
properly.
Right? How many times did you read the questions?
Depends.
More than once. Let's
Definitely
go with that.
more than
once. Definitely more than once.
Right? So we teach you these things in the beginning, okay? And you started off with the CAP system. Maybe we shouldn't have said that. We start off with another system, and basically you just got to go. But if you can understand the process, it's better, right? Does it make sense?
Okay, I have a question for you.
Yes.
So then, overseas, right? Because sometimes the thing you want to study isn't always available in South Africa.
Yeah.
So then, are we not at a, what do you call it? Not the,
Advantage.
Not an advantage. Are we not
Disadvantage,
Are we
yes.
not at a disadvantage? Because we're from
If you're
South
wanting to study
Africa.
overseas.
Yeah, because we're not from that country.
Well, there are several countries at the moment that are quite excited about South African students. I wish they were just the Cambridge South African students, but reality is that everybody in South Africa, they're looking for South African students, in particular Ireland. All right? So cold and wet, I know.
I
But
like that.
so you can get overseas, and it is fairly easy. We've had several students go overseas. We've got kids in America, Ireland. You're really putting me on the spot. Dubai. We've just had one leave yesterday to go to Dubai to start the academic year in the next days or couple of days.
Australia?
So we haven't had Australia yet, but we have.
Yeah.
We have had several. Have I?
Yeah.
Okay, I have had students go to Australia, but it is easy, fairly easy. What gets you over there? Besides money, money always gets you places.
Well, I guess your grades.
But the grades that you have. And so what I would do is, and this is what I wanted to tell Busi earlier, was part of this whole process is while you are looking for your career, while you are busy choosing your subjects, what should you be doing?
Looking at what you want to do in your future.
Yes, so how do you go about getting that knowledge of what university to go to, what college to go to, what is it that you want to
By
learn?
looking at your marks.
Research is a good place. Looking at your marks,
Seeing what your teachers for help.
asking the teachers for help. What else?
Seeing what your strengths are.
Seeing what your strengths are. You're missing one key thing. What do you think?
Passion.
Oh, no.
Ownership.
What?
Ownership?
No, you should have ownership all the way through. How about going to open days?
Ireland. I'm sorry, sir. In this economy.
Well, nowadays things are virtual, so you could potentially do things virtually, but we do have universities here in South Africa that have open days. Yeah. And so I would encourage you to now already start doing open days, going and seeing what they have. You might even discover stuff that you did not know even existed. I remember about 5 years ago sitting with parents and saying, did you know that in about 5 years' time, we will have jobs that we don't even know exist? All right? So 5 years later, do you think we have jobs in the world that did not exist 5 years ago? Or functions or roles that did not exist? Like what? What do you think?
Well, an influencer is a very new thing.
Influencers, right?
Many-
That blows my mind that you can make money from
Getting
doing
stuff and saying it's
weird stuff. Yeah, I'm getting old. It goes over my head. But yes, exactly. We didn't comprehend that kind of stuff. So does that make sense? All right, cool. We've spoken about ownership. Shall we go back to the relationship quickly? Why is Peak so big on relationship? Why do you think? So we can fight, yes, besides that.
So it's easier to approach your teachers if you need help.
Explain that a little more.
So usually at other schools, the teacher will be telling you the content, and then if you need help, either during the lesson you ask questions, or maybe after school you ask questions, and you won't really know them that well, so you might not be as comfortable with approaching them with help you need with work. But here at Peak, for example, you can book office hours and you feel more comfortable talking to your teachers since you have a relationship with them. And they're not just, you don't really see them as a teacher, you also see them as a friend in a way.
Yes. What do you think?
I think that us having a relationship with the teachers is a big part of the content that we're absorbing, because if you know the teachers, then they can also get to know you better, and they'll know your learning styles and your learning techniques, and so they can help you to the best of their ability with the knowledge that they already have.
Now, Caitlin earlier spoke about the relational side of things. You mentioned something which is quite unique, and that is the fact that if you did not get it from the teacher,
You can go to students.
so even student to student, that relationship is very important. You know how many schools and how many kids walk into the school building, stick a mask on their face and feel like, I feel too stupid to do this. And so it's very important for us to make sure that the mask is off so that people can say, I'm sorry, I don't understand. Does that make sense?